Since transitioning over to the minimalist and essentialist lifestyle, there's a few things that I've stopped spending my money on that I'm sure you would agree with are actually just a waste of your hard-earned dollars. So one of the first things that I stopped spending my money on is new tech. And I'm referring to all kinds of technology, whether it be the camera like the one that I'm filming this video on right now, my cell phone or my laptop. I no longer need to upgrade these things regularly. There was a time when every new tech upgrade meant a major upgrade with a ton of additional new features and things to play with and things that would make your life more efficient and faster. But now I feel like every upgrade is just a minor upgrade for companies to make some money off of you with. For example, I still use an iPhone 7 and I have no problems with it at all. The front face is cracked and damaged. The screen works perfectly fine. It doesn't interfere with the operation of the phone whatsoever. And there's nothing in the newer phones that I really need to improve my life. This is a 2017 MacBook Pro that works perfectly fine for all the work that I need to do, from editing my videos for this YouTube channel and running my business. Camera that I'm shooting this on is the same one that I've been using for the past 2 years with the same lens. There's nothing new that I need in order to increase my efficiency or productivity of my day-to-day life. So there's no need for me to upgrade. The second thing I stopped buying is sneakers and poor quality shoes. I used to buy new sneakers all the time because I would think that it would be more comfortable for me, or I would be running regularly. I needed square toe shoes for a formal event. I needed boots for hiking. I needed running shoes for running. I needed lounges for the living room. This is not the case any longer. I walk around in my socks all day when I'm at home, and when I'm out and about, I wear either a white or black pair of sneakers because that just pretty much goes with everything. The same goes with my wardrobe. I wear black or white because it simply goes with everything. It's super easy to coordinate, and I don't really suffer from decision fatigue. I know a lot of people speak about this, that making too many decisions in your day-to-day life, you will suffer from decision fatigue and you won't have the energy to make the most important decisions in your lifestyle. I don't necessarily feel that this is very true or that I suffer from this personally. I just feel that it just makes my life a lot more efficient and easy to go by if I just pick out the same thing from my wardrobe every day and get on with my life. I'm not trying to impress anyone with the expensive clothing that I wear or the expensive watch on my wrist and the sneakers on my feet. I feel like if you're buying things to impress other people, you're not living for yourself. So rather purchase things that you really do enjoy, even if it is a nice pair of sneakers. Maybe it's something that you personally enjoy, but if you're buying it for somebody else's opinions, we should actually rethink those purchasing decisions. The third thing is useless online subscription services. Things that you just waste your money on. I used to be subscribed to a ton of different things online like Hulu, Netflix, HBO, Spotify, Apple Music, a ton of different software that I used for my business that was actually non-essential and was just wasting my money every single month. So I've unsubscribed to a ton of those services, and now I only have the essential things that I need. I no longer subscribe to Netflix because I don't really watch it ever. I watch a ton of YouTube videos and I listen to a ton of music. So I have YouTube and I have Spotify. That's pretty much all I spend my money online, and some software for my business, but that's in a different category from my personal expenditure. But again, I've minimized all the wasted money that I would spend every month on those services. The fourth thing is books. Now, it doesn't mean that I no longer read. I still read a ton, and that's the exact reason that I've stopped buying books, is that they were just piling up, and I feel like it's an extreme impact on the environment, and I just really have no space for all of these books that I'm collecting, and it's a pain in the ass to travel with books. So now I just have my Kindle. I can read as many books as I like at a time and keep as many books as I want with me all the time. I can store thousands of my books on my Kindle at once, and I never have to worry about what I'm going to do with them once I've read them, because they really are single-use items for a very long period of time. Might read a book now and might read it again in a couple of years' time, but it's not something that I'm purchasing to use on a regular basis. So if you don't have a Kindle, I do highly recommend it. It's an incredibly efficient way to read as well. I feel like I read a lot faster on it because I can flip pages quicker, and when you highlight things, it gets stored in the cloud, and then you can revisit all the things that you've highlighted, and it makes it a lot easier to categorize the information that you're consuming and then storing it for later if you want to look back on it. The fifth thing is cars or transport costs. I no longer own a vehicle. I used to own 2 cars, and it was an absolute waste of my money every single month. Firstly, I'd have to spend money on the car payments, then insurance, then maintenance costs, then fuel. These are additional expenses that you don't really think about when you're buying a car, And these are things that just add up every single month. I live in a relatively urban city, so I can get around quite easily by walking, not so much anymore because of the current crazy time that we're living in. But if I do really need to go somewhere, I can just Uber there, or I can rent a car for a day if I want to do a long trip. But there would be days and sometimes weeks of time where my car would simply sit in my driveway and not be used at all. And I'd be paying insurance on that car, and it would be depreciating in value every single day that it sat there. Since transitioning over to public transport and Uber and a bicycle and walking, I've saved a ton of money, and you can do that as well if you live in an urban city. I understand that a lot of people do need cars if they do have daily long trips, but perhaps see if you can spend that money elsewhere, perhaps on housing that is closer to your destination that you're going to. I feel like we should spend most of our money where we spend most of our time. For example, spend money on a good house, on a good bed, on good shoes. These are things that are with you majority of the time that you're alive. If you're comfortable at home, you can spend a lot more time at home, and you don't need to go out and venture out into the world where you actually end up spending more money anyway. I would often go to a coffee shop every morning to work. Again, obviously not happening in this crazy time, but I would go to the coffee shop, have breakfast out there, I would have a hot drink, and that would be an expense that I could have easily saved by just staying at home, especially if I had a nicer home to stay in. Right now, I'm really privileged to be living in a lovely home that I'm comfortable in, and I'm thinking about everyone else that is struggling during this time. Hopefully, if you have some way to help people who are struggling in this time, you're putting that to use. Number 6 is brand new furniture, or simply furniture to fill the space. So I would often move. I moved very often for the past couple of years, and I would always buy new furniture every time I moved to a new home or into a new apartment. And it was an absolute waste of my money because by the time I left, again, it was a depreciating asset and I would just be losing money on it. Now I will go to yard sales and thrift stores and find pieces that I actually love and that have some history behind it if I do want to spend more money on them. And often it's higher quality because it has lasted through 1 or 2 or 3 owners previously, which means it's a sturdy piece of furniture, so it'll last through the time that I have it as well. And by not buying furniture to simply fill the space in my home, I've also saved myself a lot of mental stress because I hate having things that aren't used or utilized. So when I have furniture that's simply sitting in my house, like chairs all over the place, they're not being put to use, I feel like it's a simple waste of resources to purchase that product and just have it sit in your house to collect dust. It's a nightmare to clean around it as well. So I buy the most essential stuff for me so that I'm most comfortable in my house at all times. Next is kitchen accessories that are absolutely useless, and not necessarily just kitchen accessories, but goods and gadgets and things that I would see online and impulse buy because it looked cool. So I won't buy useless things like speed vegetable choppers or smoothie machines because I do eat a lot of whole, simple raw food, so it's very easy for me to make them, and I don't need these expensive gadgets just cluttering up my kitchen counter space. I can use what I have in my kitchen, use the bare tools that we need, knives, forks, and maybe an additional hammer, I don't know. Just simple things that you need to make your food every day. You don't need the latest and greatest speed chopper because it's going to save you 0.2 seconds of your time cutting your carrots. That is really a waste of your money. Perhaps there are certain tools and gadgets that you can buy that'll save you time, that will make your life more efficient. For example, maybe a coffee machine if you have coffee a lot. But again, if you really are a coffee snob or you are into coffee, perhaps spend some time learning about how to make your own coffee, and you'll appreciate it more because you put a lot more love and energy into that cup. Then we have single-use food items, and that goes for bottled water, sodas, microwave dinners, all of these things that come in plastic containers. We all know how bad plastic is, so why waste your money on harming the world? Firstly, you're harming your own body because a lot of the stuff that you do buy that is prepackaged has a ton of preservatives and healthy ingredients in it, and a lot of the things you can make at home with fresh ingredients, so why not do that? You have one body and you have one life, so treat it correctly, treat it right. You want to be as healthy as you can so that you can live a healthy life. A healthy body is a healthy mind as well. As cheesy as that may sound, it's the absolute truth. If you're very conscious of what you're putting into your body, it'll help a lot with the output. Our input is the physical food that we put into our bodies to eat, and our output are our thoughts and our ideas. Your food fuels your brain, so if you can get good food to your brain, you'll have better ideas flowing out of your mouth. And I think some of these single-use items are the biggest scam of the century, like bottled water. If you really want to have fresh, clean water, get a filter for your house and drink it directly from the tap. I live in a city where I'm fortunate enough to have perfectly clean drinking water coming from the tap at any moment. It's said that our city spends more money on our water purification than on our military, so that's something to say about drinking water from the tap. And next up is haircuts and hair products. Yes, you might say, yes, it looks like you cut your hair yourself, and that's fine. I don't care, because I did cut my hair myself, and I'm sure that you may have cut your hair yourself as well lately because of the current time that we're living in, and it's forced you to do that, and you've realized, it's not that difficult and it doesn't look too bad. No one's gonna look at me from behind anyway, especially if you're looking at me from the camera. I could have a bald spot at the back of my head and you'd have no idea. I just feel like my hair grows so quickly and I would spend so much money on getting haircuts every 2 weeks just to keep it nice and trimmed and neat, when in actual fact I should have just let my curls and my locks flow free like they want to. And in turn, my wallet is smiling at me. Hair products as well. I no longer buy expensive shampoos and conditioners. Coconut oil truly does go on everything, whether it's skincare, hair care, body care, bath care, whatever. Natural products for your skin and your hair, just as I said, everything that goes into your body, everything that goes on your body as well is very important. So if you're putting good food into your body and good products on your body, you're gonna live a healthy lifestyle. Number 10 is expensive vacations. I don't travel for short periods of time, and this is something that I've been doing for years. I won't visit a city for 1 or 2 days. I'll spend a couple months there. I really don't see the point in traveling to a place for a few days or few hours at a time, because you really don't get to absorb the city and the culture that you're visiting. So instead, I plan long trips that I can use to engage with the city and learn more about it. I understand again that I'm very privileged to be in the position where I can work from anywhere in the world, but it's the lifestyle that I've set up for myself. So you can do it as well. I'm able to travel the world and work from wherever I like, thanks to the internet and my laptop. And it's really not that difficult. If you have half a brain like I do and some time to learn, you can find everything you need to know to make money online. All the information is there, you just have to look out for it. If you want to learn more about what I do or how I make money online, there is a link in the description that'll give you a little bit more information on that. Continuing with the theme of travel, another thing that I no longer buy is souvenirs. I don't buy things for the sake of buying things or because I have some sort of sentimental attachment to them. I place a lot more emphasis on storing my memories in my brain and digitally. If I have something that interests me or that I really do love, I'll take a photo of it for me to remember later. When I was younger and I visited a new place, I would always buy a new souvenir to remember that place by, when in actual fact my memory would stick in my head or it would be on my cell phone in the form of a photograph or video. So there really is no need to have sentimental attachment to things or objects. Sure, if you have a special ring that your great-great-grand uncle left you on his deathbed, sure, that might have some sort of sentimental value to you, but everyday things like fridge magnets and little pots and pans have no significance in your life and really do carry no sentimental value, so it's pointless in keeping those things. Number 12 brings us full circle, and that is insurance on my tech and the stuff that I buy. I no longer purchase insurance or extended warranties on the products that I buy. For example, this laptop is now almost 3 years old and my phone is almost 4 years old. If I had paid the extra $200 or $300 for extended warranty or the $50 a month for insurance, by this time I would have been able to purchase an entire new product. So if you are thinking about buying an extended warranty or purchasing insurance for your items, rather just save that money every month, and in the very likely case that the product that you have doesn't break or doesn't get stolen, you'll still have that money saved up. You can sell your old piece of tech and use that additional money to buy a brand new item at no additional cost. When investing, they say don't invest in things that you don't understand. Insurance is sort of like investing. You're throwing money into a bucket in the hopes that something might happen to your gear in the future, that something might break. And I think the power of auto-suggestion is incredibly strong. So if you have it in the back of your mind that, oh, if my stuff breaks or if it gets stolen, it'll get replaced, you're more likely to have that happen. If you understand that this is the one thing that you should take care of, you will look after it and it'll last you much longer. It doesn't really happen to me very often that my tech products break on me or die on me, touch wood, knock on wood, but up until this point in my life, I've had very good luck with that, and I think it's because I don't buy insurance, and I respect the products that I buy, because I understand that it's the hard-earned money that I've earned that I've put into these products. Everything surrounding me that I own is something that I've worked for. And finally, I no longer buy things that are on sale. Not all sales, but some sales. Because if you go to the store and you see something that is 20% off, you need to remember that it's actually 80% on. If you go to the store and you buy something that you didn't intend to buy when you left your house, you're still going to leave that store with less money in your wallet than you intended to lose. I work and I run a marketing agency, so I understand how these things work. And yes, I might be telling my potential customers how to save their money and how to screw me over, but I'm here to help you guys. Companies do something called decoy pricing. So when you see a 2-for-1 special for a product that is $10 and 2 products that are $15, those products are probably priced at $7.50 each. That $10 product is a decoy. That is to make you think that you're getting a better deal by buying the 2-for-1 deal. And you're not. You're wasting more money. You're either leaving that store with $10 less or $15 less. But if you went and there was no sale at all and that product was not on sale, you'd have that $15 in your pocket right now. Don't buy things that you do not need. When shopping for new clothing or new products, I only look for sales. And that is because I've been watching the price of things up until that point, and I know that that is truly a sale and it's not a decoy or some sort of marketing trick that the company is playing on me. So be careful and be smart with your money. Like I said in this video, it is your hard-earned dollar that you are spending on these products. This is your time and energy. Time is money. Every single dollar that you spend is a piece of your life that you're giving away. It's time that you have spent working that you're now trading for a physical good or a physical product. So be very mindful of everything that you spend your money on. Hopefully you guys liked this video and that you found some value in it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, hit the like button and subscribe, because I have a lot more cool videos coming your way. If there's anything that you've stopped buying, let me know in the comments below, because I'd like to know if there's something that you used to spend your money on that you no longer do. As always, I shall see you in the next video. Cheers.